Hello, I'm Jerry Ford. I'm going to do a revisit of these Pop-tarts. Now, I did these in 2019. So what's interesting about this one is that the ones that I did in 2019, see how these are like caked on. Here's the one I didn't toast. When I do Pop-tarts, because people sometimes they don't toast them. They eat them like that. They just grab them around neck and eat them while they drive. You know. So I toast one and I leave the other one untoasted. But if you looked at my video in 2019, you'll see that the frosting that's on there, they drizzled it. They didn't fully frost it. Now this one here too, a little disappointed. See how that's evenly covered? I mean, to the edges. And then look at that. You know, it's a little false advertising. The one I toasted is almost worse. About burned on me. I mean, it just doesn't show a consistency of the packaging to the actual product, which I have a chip on my shoulder about that kind of stuff. Don't like that. So let's look also inside. Let's see. All right. I mean, there's a little difference. Look at the picture. They got, you know, that end broken open. It looks like a, you know, 1/4 inch of. And you look at this. Just not. Looks like there's a nice amount of filling in there, but it's just not. It's not the case. So, yeah, that was the only thing I noticed on the difference between the 2019 review and then this one here today, is that they drizzled it on instead of fully frosted it. Of course, the actual one is not fully frosted, but like I said, 380 calories per 2 pastries. So total fat is 10 grams, saturated fat 3.5 grams, polyunsaturated fat 4 grams, monounsaturated fat 2.5 grams. Sodium is 350 milligrams. Total carbs is 69 grams. Dietary fiber 1 gram. Total sugars 28 grams, includes 28 grams added sugars. Protein 3 grams. Iron 1.4 milligrams. Thiamine 4%. Niacin 10%. Calcium 10 milligrams. Potassium 40 milligrams. Riboflavin 10%. Folate 40 mcg. And ingredients, I'll scan through those. Let's see. Wheat flour, reduced iron, vitamin B1, vitamin B2, some corn syrup, and also has high fructose corn syrup in there. Sugar contains 2% or less of, you know, some starch, some salt, natural and artificial flavors, cinnamon, cornstarch, some other scientific words, xanthan gum, datum. It's datum. Never heard of that before. D-A-T-E-M. Datum. Or datum. Can you see it? Right. I think it's right there. Can't focus in real good. Contains wheat and soy ingredients. Okay. Let's see what we got here. I didn't watch my video from 2019, so I don't remember what I said about them, but let's crack open this toasted one. Turn the heat down on my toaster because I mean, look at that. It's starting to burn the edges on there. Has a nice cinnamon aroma. The frosting has that same kind of taste that you get from the frosting on cinnamon rolls. So it gives you a good illusion of that you're eating a cinnamon roll. Not bad. Okay. The toasting part makes the filling a little bit more, gooey. Rather than sometimes when it's not toasted, it's kind of pasty, This kind of has the texture of, what a fig Newton is. Break open a fig Newton, the inside is kind of figgish. That the toasting process brings out that cinnamon more, almost too much. It's a little toned down if it's still within itself, not emitting out so much cinnamon. So both sides, toasted or untoasted, could benefit somebody. If you're not really big on the cinnamon flavor, wouldn't toast it. See how it goes with my coffee. It goes decently with my coffee. I'm just getting back from a two-week vacation, if you want to call it a vacation. I was working the whole time, so on my kitchen. We don't go places on vacation. The reason I take vacation usually is because we got a project that I need to spend time on. Oh, our days of going out of state, doing much fun, kind of over with. We did that kind of stuff when we was younger, before Jeremy was born, and when he was little. If there's something that we wanted to do, just the wife and I, we'd leave Jeremy with his grandma and grandpa, and they'd have a blast with him, and he'd have fun hanging out with them and stuff. And when we go somewhere, like we can't afford it either to go anywhere exciting, My brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my nephew, they'll go to Ireland, they'll go to Japan, place like that. We're fortunate to even go to another county to some kind of event or something, a car show, or we don't even hardly do that anymore. So boring old people. Okay, hey, back to these Pop-tarts. So on this one, I'm going to start off with a 10. And I'm going to take away for the big time false advertising, which I don't appreciate, because it feels like they're trying to fool their customers. They look better on the packaging before you buy them than it does when you open them and you've already purchased them, and then you see and you're disappointed. So I'm going to take away a point for that. Taste wise, I mean, it tasted okay. So, I mean, some people don't care about the advertising. I do. I don't like being lied to by companies. This feels like a lie to me when they do this. So it affects their score. But I'm at 1 point. That's not bad. So 9. This is a pretty good flavor. I think I'm convinced that I almost rather not toast these. Treat it more as a cookie rather than a pastry. All right, there you go. You don't have to watch the review of 2019, but just go to it and you can see what they looked like back then compared to what they look like now. All right, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. We'll see you on the next one.